Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Episode 6 of the Believe in the Craft podcast. I'm back again, showing my face. I just wanted to talk about having a routine, the importance of having a routine. We should be in alignment with the circadian rhythm. So when the sun goes down, we should be preparing to sleep. Or when the sun comes up, we should be preparing to wake up. This is really important. All scientific facts. I mean, I'm not a scientist myself, but it helps with all of our hormones. It helps in terms of our various systems, whether it be our digestive system, our respiratory system, and also, obviously, the sleep to wake cycle is affected, and certain hormones will be affected if you don't get adequate sleep. So sleep is actually one of the most important health factors that we should incorporate. A sleep routine, period. This should be number one. And I think it's so slept on because we rely on hustle culture so much. We've got to grind, we've got to make money until we die, we've got to continue. Like, all of that's good. Like, we should work hard, we should be diligent, but within a certain time frame, when it's time for us to sleep and re-energize our bodies so that our cells can repair, so that our various systems can repair themselves. It's important for us to give it that time to repair. It's important for us to give our food time to digest and then break our fast at certain points. If you think about it, we should probably break our fast around 11 to 12 in a day to give our bodies enough time to digest and break down all the food that we consumed from the previous day. What we don't want to do is eat too late and then we can't break it down, and then we're snacking our systems. We're not breaking it down enough. We're not giving our bodies the time needed in order to break down our food and then use it for energy during the day. So sleep is so important. And it can have such a debilitating effect on you if you don't get adequate sleep. All right, so sleep is number one. I mean, look, having a skincare routine, that's so important as well. Having a routine whereby, you've got a cleanser, you've got an exfoliator, you've got a serum. And as men, I'm talking to the men, the brothers especially out there, you know what I'm saying? We should be using sunscreen. SPF 30, it doesn't matter that we have melanin. It's important to protect that melanin as well. So we need to use sunscreen. We should be using an SPF. It's 2024. Come on, you need to get it together. I know you're already on it. If you're here, Believe in the Craft, you're already on it. But I still gotta say it. We should have a skincare routine. We should be diligent. Our AM routine, our PM routine. If you want to take it a step further, get some silk sheet pillows. You know what I'm saying? Get some silk pillowcases, so that it's easy on your face when you're sleeping. Make sure you're changing your bedding. Make sure you wash your ass. Yes, I said it. Just cleanliness, you know what I'm saying? Like using moisturizers, using shea butters, you know what I'm saying? Making sure you smell good, making sure you come into the room with a certain aura. You know what I'm saying? Because your skin is glowing. So we want to have a routine when it comes to our skincare. We also want to have a productivity routine. So we got to have a certain time of the day whereby we know we're going to be putting in the work. Whether you do a trade, whether you work in an office, whether you work in a studio, whether you do sports, from, I'd say, around 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., 8 p.m., you should be putting in the work. You know what I'm saying? You should be putting in the work. Obviously, adequate breaks to enhance productivity. And that's also slept on. We should be taking our breaks because the mind likes to work and focus on one thing at a time. So when you're doing too many different things, we're not going to be as productive. So let's take adequate breaks. And in doing so, off being productive, we should be having our regular meals. So once we've broken our fast in the day, we should be having regular meals. Once we've broken our fast, say 11, 12 in the day, if you're a bit earlier, you've broken your fast with fruits at 9, 8 a.m. and you've broken your fast with fruits, then you can eat another meal during the day, something light. And then obviously something whereby it's carbs and we're burning those carbs. We can use that for energy. So we want to be able to utilize as much of the food that we eat for energy so that we can be as productive as possible. I'm talking salmon, I'm talking chicken breast, I'm talking potatoes, carb enriched foods. And then also you want to make sure you're getting your protein in there, so you've got your muscle building, muscle synthesis going on as well. So we want to make sure that we're making the most out of the foods. We don't want anything to go to waste. And I'm not saying you can't have a cheat meal here and there, because, we're human, you know what I'm saying? But obviously be diligent with your routine and love it. Enjoy the routines, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to your skincare, when it comes to your productivity, when it comes to your sleep routine, enjoy it. Make sure that you embrace it, because that's the only way it's gonna be habitual. And that's what we want the routines to be. We want to be habitual. You should be able to do a morning routine whereby you're writing in your journal, and I've spoken about this a few times, but you should be able to write your ideas and thoughts in your journal. Yeah, there's a book, again, I couldn't do a podcast without mentioning the book. It's called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, and it speaks about doing morning pages. So every morning I used to wake up and just write thoughts that were on my mind. And it just helps to basically rewire the mind, into not overthinking, into expressing yourself in a way whereby things aren't cluttered, things are very clear because you've written it down, and it just sets the tone for the rest of the day. We want to have a positive tone when it comes to our daily habits. So yeah, The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. Make sure you check out that book, you know what I'm saying? And you heard it here on Believe in the Craft. But yeah, let me know what your routine is when it comes to sleep, when it comes to the food you eat, the skincare routine that you've adopted. Your weekend routine. Are your weekends more productive than your weekdays? Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, this is episode 6 of the Believe in the Craft podcast. Let me know what else you want to hear for the next episode, episode 7, where we're knocking them out. You know what I'm saying? But stay tuned. This is Believe in the Craft.